twist. Thank you. We are live. Look, somebody popped on already. We are live on The Witch and the Wizard. We're back. We're back. OMG. We're back, peeps. Hello. You are live with The Witch and the Wizard Sunday night Tantra Talks. Here we are. We're about to go in. Hi, beautiful people. Greetings from California. Mia Flores!
Mia!
Mia Flores is in California.
Mia!
Mia Flores relocated to California, Wiz.
What?
Yes.
Mia! You didn't tell me about that, Mia.
She relocated to California. Hey, I moved.
You moved. You move and you moved.
So today I was watching Super Soul Sunday. And
I forgot the notes. Hold up. Go ahead. Tell them about Super Soul Sunday.
Super Soul Sunday. Hi. Mia Flores, you went to Agape today. Was it fly? Was it amazing? Agape is amazing. Agape Spiritual Center. It's amazing. Agape is amazing. I didn't see this computer before. This computer is it made me have a little reaction because your other computer wasn't this phantasmagorical. So, hey, it was fabuloso. I know that's right, Mia Flores. Do you love California? Mia, do you love your new home? Peace and greetings, y'all. Hey, Fallon Davis.
Fallon Davis! What's up, Fallon?
What's up?
Hold on, let me get this up.
What's up? What's up? How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? I'm loving Cali. I know that's right, Mia Flores. I'm sure you are loving Cali. Yes, indeed. Congratulations. Congratulations. So today we're going to be talking about the Zimzum of relationships. Oh, right there.
Is it the first, second, or third?
Oh, 608.
Okay.
So today we're going to be talking about the Zimzum of relationships. Actually, is a book called The Zimzum of Marriage. And it is from the Texas. Ready to receive this deliciousness. Come on, Fallon. I know that's right. Beautiful. So, Zimzum of marriage is all about the sacred space between two people. That's what we're diving into today. This space between two people. Yes? Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to dive into that. I got some notes from the book. The book was so good. Bob and Kristen Bell. So Robert and Kristen Bell wrote this book. It's called The Zimzum of Marriage. And I'll show you the title. I'll show you what it looks like while Wiz is getting his computer fired up for us to be on this incredible show tonight. So if you are first time to The Witch and the Wizard, welcome. Here it is, the Zimzum of love. Does everybody see that? Can you see that right there? That's what it looks like. The Zimzum of love. A new way. Yeah, the Zimzum of love. Rob and Kristen Bell. Okay. So, this is all about the sacred space between two people in a relationship and how that plays out. Back in the notification building. Come on. So, first off, how about we start with an introduction? So, I'm Valerie Love. If we haven't met, if you're new to the channel, welcome to The Witch and the Wizard. That would be me. I'm the witch, and this would be the wizard. You probably already figured that. Yeah, and we love teaching, and we love sharing, and we love coaching, and we love supporting you in your relationships and your spiritual ascension and your soul's evolutionary unfolding. And what say you, Wiz?
I concur.
And we're going to Sedona in how many weeks? I didn't look it up on the calendar. About 90 days, right?
3 months, so
Yeah.
it's 3 times 4.
Like 12, something like that. Like 12 weeks, something like that. So we're leading a retreat in Sedona, and you can see that at themagicoflove.com, and themagicoflove.com is a K, magic with a K. Hi, Sean Paul.
Sean Paul.
Hi. How you loving? How you loving? So I have my Kindle here, and I'm so excited because I took notes on this show. So here's the deal. Here's the basis of the Zimzum of Love. This one right here. Live now.
Downshift is here.
Uh-oh. We were talking about Downshift today.
Yeah, we were.
We were talking about Downshift today. We miss our peeps. We are so happy to see y'all
Downshift said,
again.
back in the beep building.
In the building. Everybody hand go up. And they stay there. Yeah, we back in the building. So tonight's topic is about the Zimzum of love. So what's a Zimzum? Zimzum is basically a contraction. So when you meet someone, you're in your life in a relationship. They're in their life, right? When you meet someone at first, they're doing their thing with all their peeps. You're doing your thing with all your peeps. When you come together, there's this leaning in. And this leaning in, this magnetic draw, creates a container, a space between the two. That's the Zimzum. When you make space for someone else to be in your life. So, the way they describe it in the book is that it's actually like an energy field between two people. And that this Zimzum has in it all your issues, right? So all of you is coming to the relationship. That means all of you. That means the good, the wonderful parts of us. It also means the dysfunctional parts of us. We know about that. What say you, Wiz? Oh, they chatting it up, aren't they? Oh, my goodness, they chatting it up.
Kyrie Ramirez. Should go to Sedona, but I am due around that time. Kyrie, somebody there might be able to deliver it for you.
Ooh, they call me the midwife.
So, yeah, man. Sna, Sean Paul is Sna. Shout outs to Sna. Sna drove down from Ohio. Ohio, I love when my peoples come down. We had some training, some fun. In the nighttime, in the daytime, crabs, all kind of stuff was going on. We talking about food when we talking about crabs. We talking about food. We talking about that. Yeah, we talking about crabs.
Oh, God. Woo, woo. Mia Flores, thank you. So good. So glad to be back.
Thank you, Mia. But we're not back, Mia, because we never left.
Yeah, we never left.
We just been doing what we're doing.
Summer hiatus.
Yeah, and we don't. Well, not a hiatus, but we don't want to. We don't want to like lessen the value that we bring in or the connectivity, the disconnectivity. You know what I mean? We need some of that energy coming through side, left and right. Because you guys deserve it because we love you guys and you guys are always watching. And we're watching you watching us. So we're watching and we want you all to watch. Now we're all watching. Got it?
Everybody's watching, right? So there's like a picture of Zimzum. They kind of created like this little picture. They have stick figures throughout the whole book. So this is sort of what the Zimzum looks like. That energy between the two people, the force field between the two. Now, you know what's fascinating about that?
Yes, what is it?
That the Bible says something about this too. Because in the Bible, it says, where two or more are gathered, there I am also. Now, you know, we're not dogmatic, Christian people. We're...
I don't know how to work this.
It's all good. It's all good. You know, we're metaphysical people, so this is not about religion or dogma. But the way I understand that scripture is that when two people come together, there's a third entity that comes that is like almost like over their heads, a another entity. Like two come together, and wherever two or more come together, Christ says, "There I am." So some metaphysicians say that whenever two people come together in some kind of relationship, meaningful relationship, there's a third entity created. And that is the Holy Spirit or Christ's presence. And this one, they call it Zimzum. This energy field, this alive energy field between the two people.
Is this the book?
That's the book.
I was trying to find the book. I don't know how to work
It has
this
the
thing,
audio
though.
book too.
Yeah, so, and it has it in...
swipe with whatever direction you want to go.
No, I was trying to go to the title because I want to see...
To the title? Oh, so you got
it. I got it now.
Good, you got it.
But anyways, let me make sure that I have the notes. I mean, the people talking.
Yeah, the comments. So, few things about this sacred space between us and chat with us and let us know about this sacred space. One is that this sacred space is dynamic. So it's always changing based on the people in the relationship, right? So sometimes your relationship, nothing is static. Everything in life is changing, right? It's always shifting and it's just dynamic. So that space between two people changes. So sometimes when people first meet, it's electric, it's powerful. They talk about the 3 kinds of love in this book. One kind of love they talk about being like this sparkly love, right? Like when you first meet the person, you're so in love and you're so excited and you're so this and that and the other. We all know that phase. That phase cannot last any more than 6 to 9 months. Like no one can sustain that. It doesn't last. And we all know it doesn't last, but yet you need that in that little sparklies in the beginning. Then they talk about the second level of love, and that's the substance. The substance love is shared values, that there's something that the two of you really have in common, or that you have shared ideals or your way of looking at the world. And then the third one is the true deep, like, we going in. We here for each other. That kind of thing. And that those 3, the third one, they call it the sacrifice love. That I will give up this for this other person. I will allow myself to not have this or that or the other so that this other person can have this or that or the other. We see it all the time with people that really love each other. I mean, parents do that all the time.
Parents, children.
Right? Everybody that really loves each other. You do that sacrifice. So, those are the 3 sort of kinds of love they talk about it here. They're saying that if you only have that substance love and you never get to the sacrifice love, the substance love is good. It's not as enduring if you don't take it into the sacrifice. Like if you don't ever give up something for something else, then how do you really go to that deep, deep, deep level of connection? That deep level of connection, very scary for most people and not easy to attain. Not easy to attain. What say you?
Well, you're saying not easy to attain, but you gave 3 different kinds, right?
Yeah. So that first one is that butterflies in the stomach.
Yeah. You're saying all 3 of them are not easy to attain?
No, the third one.
Oh, yeah, the third one, yeah.
The third deepest one, like...
Well, yeah, anything deep and anything meaningful is going to be hard to attain, And like you said, we see it with family, we see it with mother and child, because there's nothing really greater than that in many aspects on this earth. I mean, unless you have a deep spiritual connection or something different, but definitely. But let's talk further into it, because we see it in the relationships. You see it in the relationships you have now. You see it in relationships that you're building and relationships to come. And I truly believe that these 3 things are in every relationship. They are. I don't think you have any relationship without any of these. Because even if, it might be minor or not, but even when you hear somebody talking or you connect with somebody, even if you have something even if you have something in common, like you work in the same place or you're in the same office, or like the office space, like the man you said that stopped by the office. Yeah. So even if you have something in common, there's still a reason that people connect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's still a reason. You know what I mean?
Some attractor.
Yeah. So you're definitely going to have one of those three. And I mean, it sounds like they'll be in order from my common sense. It will be in order, but there's always something like that. So let's go deeper. I mean, I'm not sure if you want to go there yet or not.
Yeah, let's go there.
Because we didn't plan this. We just said, let's get on
Let's
it.
roll without peeps.
Yeah, let's get on it.
Let's roll without peeps.
I didn't read the book. I don't know. I don't need to read anything. Let's go.
You don't need to read it.
Yeah, I don't need to read it.
You know all this stuff already. You done already lived it, so we could have wrote this book too as well.
Yeah, I think
some aspects of it.
I think most of us could write almost everything.
Yeah.
Because I really believe everything is interconnected to some degree. It just depends how you want to apply it and what you want to take from it. Mm-hmm. So, where do you want to go with it?
So, how about those three? So, you get two people meet. So, let's take it from the beginning when two people meet. So, each person was in their own life. Now you meet. Now you have that lead in. People call it falling in love, right? And what's really going on is what they describe in the book is a mental, emotional, spiritual connection, right? And so now you both lean in and you feel, oh, so overtaken, so excited about the other person, blah, 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 blah. And now is the sparkly love, right? The little butterflies in the stomach. But you don't know the person yet well enough to even know if you have matching ideals or
but you got
where
the
we're
feeling
going.
though.
Yeah, but you got that beginning, that sparkles. People love that, but it doesn't last. And sometimes people feel like when that part goes, well, what do we have? But if that's all you have, you ain't got nothing. Because that's going to be gone in 69 months.
I don't know can you really say that it doesn't last?
Well, talk
Can
about
we really
that.
say that?
Good question.
I don't think it doesn't last. I think it doesn't last in most of these earthly relationships that we have because you're not connected at that level.
Oh.
Because if you think about it, these are feelings. The goosebumps are feelings.
Yeah.
The butterflies in your stomach are feelings. All of these feelings are at some point induced, created, put together by yourself because it's something that you received and you processed it and then it made that feeling. It made you have that feeling. So, like you look at religious people. People say like, "Oh, God is talking to you because you have goosebumps." But then there's people that get goosebumps because the wind hit them in the back of the ear. You know what I'm saying? So like this is a manifestation of a process that you felt, right? Whether it's a cold breeze or whatever it is. So when you have these feelings, a lot of time it's not that they don't last, it's that it's not effective for you. You know what I mean? It's not like you might be numb to it or it might not interest you anymore, which is what happens a lot of times with your partner. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they just don't do it for you.
They don't tingle that
Yeah. And it doesn't mean it's their fault or their problem because you might have the problem. But the point is I don't think it's not that it can't last. It's just that what is it that's actually taking you there? And if you have, that's like when you hear somebody sing and you get goosebumps or you get chills, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't mean like, oh my God, I'm in love with this person because look what they did to me. You know what I mean? So you really have to do a self-check. And if you really want to take it there, whoever it is that you pray to, whoever it is that is your creator, your God, your only, there, you don't stop getting the chills.
That's
there,
true.
You don't stop getting the goosebumps,
That's
right?
True.
You don't stop getting the butterflies. You don't stop being amazed.
Yes.
So,
oh, that just hit something.
So
the awe is still there.
So if you're missing the awe in a relationship or something, is it really that it doesn't last? That's a whole nother show, though. That's a whole nother show.
I ain't got nothing to say about that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open that. I don't know if we should go there. Am I speaking to
go
somebody?
There.
Am I speaking to somebody?
Speak it.
Nah. Down just said facts.
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to go to the next?
Let's go.
Yes?
I don't know what the next is, but let's go.
So the two met. They have the sparklies.
Yeah.
They lean in. That sacred space between them is created. The Zimzum, as they call it in this book. Then they start to both come together and make some decisions. They start making some decisions. Oh, I'm for you. Or I am wanting your best interests. Some kind of thing that says, I want this person to do well. Like it's a good intention of a feeling. You know what I mean? Not just, I want to hop in the bed with this person's hot, this and that, da 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 da. It's deeper than that. It's I want the best for this person. I want this person to thrive. And so the Zimzum is sacred space that you hold. It's like a container that you hold for the other person to thrive. And in order for you to find out how the other person can thrive, because you're getting to know them, is you ask questions like, what do you need to thrive? What can I do for you to thrive? And most of the time, people are asking the opposite question. What you gonna do for me? What you bringing to the table?
What you done for me lately?
What you done for me lately?
That's a song, ain't it?
Yeah, it is, ain't it?
Ooh.
What have you done for me lately? And then another thing they talk about in the book is that then the scorecard comes up in the relationship when people start keeping score. I did this more than you. He did this more than her. Da 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 da. And when the scorecard comes up, that's polluting the Zimzum. That's polluting the space between the two, because now it's tit for tat. Well, I did this, so you got to do this, and then people stop. How can I forward you? How can I? No one wants to be the first to step out there and say, what can I do for you?
What say I?
Yes.
Well, what was the first point you made? Because you, the first point was, oh, what can I do for you? The thing, I mean, I guess what I can add or get into is like, if this is there's so many stages before that I feel like we just went
Passed
over. Yeah, because to get to that place, there's a process, and where is that? Where is that at? I mean, do you want to dissect it into that?
Let's go there.
Or do we want to dissect the Zimzum alone? Because if we are, then we could just skip that. And which one do you want to do?
Go for it. What's your
Go for what?
What's your intuition? What's your spidey senses saying?
You know I'm backwards, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start from the back and head back to the end.
Do it.
So your last point. Hold up, let me see. Be your best you, isn't it?
That's Gracie. Hey, Gracie.
What's up, Gracie? And I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get to what she asked me, but let me read, or you could read this.
Oh yeah, I'll read it.
So when you read these, and
okay.
And sorry. So we have our laptop in front of us. Give me 1 second. No, because I want it back. You might not give it back to me. I like talking to you guys. I'm all about the notes. But so when you're talking about the second phase, which is then you get into what have you done, what have I done, da-da-da. We've discussed it. For you guys who've been on the show, we've discussed it. And that's that 50-50 part. And when you get into that stage, you've already been doomed from the beginning. Because there's no relationship that's 50-50.
True.
When you have brothers and sisters or mothers or someone you really love, you don't look at things 50-50 if you have a healthy relationship. Because you just love the person and you just want to do for the person. You know what I mean? And relationships are like that. They're roller coaster rides. You go up, you go down. You go down, you go around. You're going to turn around, you're going to flip. Sometimes you might be hanging backwards. The roller coaster might malfunction and you be frozen backwards. And you're like, where am I? What's going on?
What just happened?
So when you're doing 50-50, you're doomed from the beginning. So you could just smash that out. Like for me, for those of you who have been on here, you know about this. You have to do 60-40. The reason I do this is because when you do 60-40, you're always looking to do more. And you're fine when you get less. What's up, peeps? And you're fine when you get less. So you're expecting to do more anyways. So when you have these times that you have to pull your partner, you're going to be okay with it because that's your expectation. For me, I'm expecting that I'm going to take care of you. I'm gonna carry all the bags. I'm gonna open the doors. I'm gonna throw the trash out. I'm gonna do whatever it is.
You do all
because
of that.
I have to know in my head that you're bringing more value than that to it. If I start thinking it's 50-50 or this is a man's job, this is a woman's job, like we're doomed. Because not all relationships are like that. You have relationships sometimes that the woman is more man than the woman is. And I mean than the man is. And the man might be more woman than the woman is. So you just have to find that balance, and when you have a 60-40 mentality, you start giving more and you're okay with what you're receiving.
That is awesome. I like 100-100 because I heard something from Dr. Phil, I think, a while back. I don't even remember if it was Dr. Phil who said it, but when they said it, I was like, it said, you are 100% responsible for your relationship. You are 100% responsible. And if both people step into the relationship, both saying, I am 100% responsible for this relationship, doesn't mean you're trying to control anybody else, doesn't mean you're trying to do anything other than, I am going to take total responsibility in this relationship. And I'm going to be the one to forward, and I'm going to be the one to pour in. I'm going to lean in, and I'm going to take 100% responsibility. Because, I don't know, sometimes it might be 60-40, sometimes it might be 80-20, sometimes it might be, it's flux. Relationships are in flux. Like, maybe the mother has a baby, and the father wasn't 60% pregnant, right? He ain't do 60% of the labor pains. So I like that 100%, because it feels to me like we get to create our own experience in the relationship. Yeah. And if something's not, do something about it. Be proactive. Do something about it. Don't wait for the other person.
That's great.
And I heard the and coming, and.
Well, because the thing is that, and not that I'm stuck on my 60-40, I just think the 100%, when it comes to relation to my 60-40, is kind of a different thing. And I'll explain to you why. I do believe in the 100%, that you're 100% responsible for the relationship. But some of you know that I was in law school, and I went because that's just me. So I'm very careful with my words. I'm 100% responsible for the relationship seems sometimes for me too drastic, because I'm not. Because if you're behind is crazy, that is your problem.
Then we ain't going to have this relationship.
So my thing is, you're responsible for 100% of your side. If I have a bunch of trash and a bunch of problems and issues, I don't need to bring it to the relationship. And sometimes we have discussions with partners and we talk about, well, isn't that what we're here for? There is. But there has to be some sort of a filter. You can't bring all your crazy thoughts, because people start putting things in their head and they just start acting on it. And it's not, that means you're acting on lies. You're acting on stuff that isn't true, that you created within yourself. Isn't 60-60 more like a sacrifice? Relationship give you much more, might lose more. You're worthless. I'm going to go back to that question. So the 100, and you can look, I highlighted that question. I highlighted one of the questions from Gracie, and I'll go down to the questions. So when I look at the 100%, the problem I have, which again, I'm playing devil's advocate because she gave her point, and I'm playing the other side of it. So, which again is going to have to be connected to how you live your life and your lifestyle. Because in one sense, for me, I just do the right thing, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I do what's right, I'm not going to really be affected as much by the end results. Because I did what I had to do. I put in the work, or I did what I had to do. This is something out of my control. So when we say 100% of the relationship, for me, it's kind of tough to say that. Because now I got to get into kind of, I mean, I don't know what you're really thinking or feeling. You know, if you smack me, it might be because you're mad or because you're crazy. I don't know. I got to figure this out? No. That's not.
In your head.
What I got to do is tell you, I don't like that. You do it again, and now I got to be like, Am I leaving or what? Because I don't need to work this out right here.
Yeah.
We don't need to work that out. Because sometimes what happens is, especially if you're not spiritually connected and grounded, is that now you're sacrificing things that are unnecessary. This person might not even belong in your life.
Hello.
You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, clients, friends, whoever, listen, do what you want and let me do what I want. All right? You want to sleep around? I'm not stopping you. You might not find me tomorrow.
But go right ahead.
But please, yes.
Have a good time.
Knock yourself out or get knocked out or whatever's going on. But I'm not stopping it, because what happens is when you try to control, and I mean, it's like a lie. And what do I call a lie? A procrastination of the truth. The truth is going to come out anyways. If you want to sleep with midgets and I tell you no, you're going to do it at some point. So I'd rather you do it. Do it. Let me see how I feel. I probably won't be here. Or I might say, or I might know somebody who likes midgets, or I might know some midgets. I'll call you. You know what I mean? But let's work it out, whatever it is. No, we're not going to be together, but we're cool. I understand. That's what you need. You need, you know what I'm saying, 4 feet and under, whatever. Cool. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna go to the question because I'm missing you guys' comments, and I want to get to all of them. You guys know I'm all about getting to every comment, which is why we always go over the time. But Gracie said, "Isn't it some form of disillusion if you lose the excitement briefly if they don't work on it?" I don't want to say disillusion, because when we talk about the early butterfly stages and when we talk about things that are happening, you're the one that's receiving it how you want to.
Hello, I was just about to say something about that.
So if you know you're in a honeymoon stage and somebody's driving 3 hours to see you, you know that ain't gonna last.
Hello.
And it's not because they don't love you, it's because physically it is tough. You know what I'm saying? If you so it just depends how you receive it, how you cope with it, and how you are willing to extend it or be a part of it or not. But go ahead, you seem like you have some parts.
Oh my God. I get the 100%. This is how I can integrate the 100%. I am 100% responsible for my experience in this relationship.
Yes, which is what I say.
That's exactly it. So
I knew you did.
Yeah,
I knew you did, but I know some people out there.
Me hearing you say it brought it to me like, what am I 100% responsible for? Because you're not 100% responsible for the other person. You absolutely cannot.
Because if they rob a bank, how is that going to stop them?
And I had a client that her husband did rob a bank.
What's his number? Did he get away?
No, he's locked up.
Oh, did he put it away somewhere?
No, he was caught with the money.
Oh, he didn't get the stash it.
And drugs.
I was about to say, send me the location for communication. I'm gonna go find a stash for you. Safe keepings in the Bitcoin.
Put it in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And he asked her if she would wait for him, and she was like,
"If you got the stash, send me the location first, and we'll discuss it later." From the Bahamas.
He was like, "Nah."
Sean Paul, what are your thoughts about Zimzum when it comes to physical attraction between the two people? Is the attraction real or merely a fling? Send me your location. So, Sean Paul, my man. Well, what I want to say is, I didn't read the book, but I got a little common sense and a little spirituality that I can get some stuff
and real life experience
from my 6 to 8 senses. So, miss you guys. Bless Steve, Earthkeeper Steve. I love that guy. What's up, Steve? So Sean Paul. Stuff is moving out here. Sean Paul, hey brown boy, Sean Paul. I got your answer. This is what I'm feeling and what I think. We talked about the Zimzum being in 3 stages, right? So obviously it would be what stage are you in? If you're in the butterfly stages, then you know what it is, all right? So, and then as you progress, you'll see what it is. So I think that this is more of a normal interaction that you can have anywhere. So when we're talking about the Zimzum, of course it can happen because your relationship or your energy or your thing might be a physical sexual thing.
Yeah, maybe that's what that's for.
And exactly. And actually, we talked about chocolate today. Because I talked to him today
Brown
earlier.
boy.
We talked about chocolate.
Happy anniversary, Brown boy. I saw your post on Facebook.
We did.
4 years.
Yeah,
Happy
that's
anniversary.
crazy.
That's so awesome.
So if it's chocolate, you have a specific relationship with it. And that's the energy in the relationship. So when we're talking about Zimzum, it appears to me that we're talking about the sacredness and the relationship in totality. So it can have a different form and shape. It doesn't mean that it's just a fling. Now, if you have it in the first stage, which is the butterflies, then I think it would fit that category. Because let's get serious and let's keep it real.
Yeah.
We all know that we're all well aware of the spiritual and physical levels of relationships and life. So we don't have to get distorted because we name something Zimzum or something like that. We have to look at it in totality. So it makes sense that that's where it is. I mean, that's my common sense, or what I think is common sense. I don't know.
I love it. And you know what?
What?
When people get all caught up in these hormonal experiences, pause, take a minute, turn within, ask yourself, what is this? Sometimes people you can feel that with somebody in a restaurant across the, have you ever had that experience? I've had that experience. Somebody is across the restaurant and you have this, it doesn't mean that you're going to spend your life with that person. It doesn't even mean that you have to have a relationship. It doesn't mean anything. Inherently, it doesn't mean anything. You get to turn within and ask yourself, what is this in this moment? And you look at it. What is it? We don't have to immediately engage everything that comes across our path.
Mm-hmm. So I have another question here from Cari Ramirez. Cari, if I'm saying this wrong, please tell me. She said, isn't 60-40 more like you sacrifice more in the relationship?
Oh, wow.
Or
scorecard. That's true. It does sound kind of like that.
Or you give way too much and you might lose your worthiness.
Wow. Good question.
Good question. Yes. So, do you want to get the... I'll get it. So
yeah,
you get it.
Because you brought up to 60-40. So you go for it.
You attacking me, Carrie? No.
No.
So here goes again. And this is where you need to know yourself and what your 60-40 is. Because 60-40 for me
is different than for me.
It's different than for her.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because my 60-40 is I might drive to Florida. And Valerie's like...
Which she has.
Yeah. Back and forth.
Oh, back and forth.
This summer I did,
you
I've
did
done
that a couple of times.
I flew to Florida, drove back the next morning, then drove back 2 days later, then came back to Maryland. So it's definitely doable, but it depends what your 60-40 is. So when you're doing that, and this is where Valerie's 100% and how I highlighted the 100%, this is where that comes into place. You are 100% in charge of your experience. So, if you feel self-worthiness, if you feel that you sacrifice too much, that means you're not doing 60-40. That means you must be doing 85-15.
And letting the other person skate.
Exactly. Now, remember, there's two things. One, we're not in your household or in your relationship to know exactly. We're talking about more general stuff. If you guys ever need specific stuff, like either ask us specifically or let us talk. I mean, we're coaches. We're not people that just be like, well, yeah, how do you make chocolate milk? Yes, milk and chocolate. You mix it together, you stir it up, and you sip on it slowly with your pinky out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't say that. So the 60-40, you're the one that sets it up. What you feel is 60-40. Because I'll tell you what, there are times where you might have to do 85-15. It's just, for me, it ain't going to be too long. You know what I mean? Or if it does, I have a whole bunch of things to take into account. You know, the length of the relationship, what have they done, what are they really worth to me? You know what I mean? Because my 60-40 in one relationship might be like, all right, I'll do the dishes one extra day, but I'm not doing it again. And in another relationship, it might be like, hey, baby, I got it all day. Don't worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
Because her 40 is elsewhere. Or she might be giving 60. And I'm like, I got to get it wherever I can. You know what I mean? So it depends. I think that once you start doing the self-worthlessness, then you have to check your 60-40. And if that's really the case, then sister, you have some other issues that you are not disclosing, or that you might not be okay with, or that you might not be able to control. Because again, you're the one that controls that part of it. You're the one that does it.
And here's unworthiness. Unworthiness doesn't have anything to do with what you're giving in a relationship. That's not the root cause of the unworthiness. The root cause of unworthiness is within ourselves. My hand is raised. I had a big issue with unworthiness. Still see it rearing up here and there. That's my issue inside of myself that was created in 0 to 7. So everything that you experience in your relationships as a grown person was created somewhere in your 0 to 7. You were 3 and you had some devastating experience. 2 in the uterus. A lot of times, me, it was in the uterus when the abandonment issue came up because my father left my mother, his 19-year-old girlfriend, because she was pregnant, right? And he was like, I'm out. First, get rid of it. Now, if you're in the uterus, I was in the uterus, I heard that experience. It came back to me in meditation. So that began the abandonment that my soul came into, because these things are bigger than just what's before you, right? Mm-hmm. So my soul came in to heal abandonment. So since my soul came in to heal that issue, of course, I'm going to set it up on the earth plane where it's going to look like I got abandoned. And that's exactly what my soul did in concert with these other souls. So now I'm here with this abandonment issue. People with abandonment issues, this is what it looks like, right? Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, right? It is a devil, right? Don't leave me, don't. Where you going? You going to the store? Oh, I'll come with you. People that have abandonment issues, they are always afraid that they're going to get abandoned. So then they become over clingy, which then means that the person is going to abandon them, because who wants somebody hanging on them 24/7? I don't. Hello? So it's a self-replicating, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. People that have abandonment issues. And then people that have abandonment issues usually get together with some people that have, you know,
say it. Say it.
Yes. They get together with the people that have these encroachment issues, like, don't be all up in my grill. So that one is getting under their skin because they don't want somebody up in their grill every minute. And the person who thinks that they're going to be abandoned is also getting their issues agitated because the other person doesn't come toward. The other person is fleeing. Because who wants to be smothered? No one. Right? So you got the abandonment people sometimes? All the time? No, not all the time.
I don't like anything all the time.
Hello.
I don't like
right.
anything
Ain't nobody
all the
going
time.
for that all the time.
Like, look, today was funny. Tomorrow's not funny.
It's not going to be cute. That was cute for a minute. It's not going to be cute after a while. So if you have these issues, which all of us do, that's why we're talking about this, right? In the Zimzum, all your issues are there, whether you're speaking to the issue or not. Because in the book, he and his wife talk about how this Zimzum is unconscious as well. So not only is it this sacred space between the two people, your issues are in the Zimzum. The old unresolved stuff from other relationships, you're bringing it because that's part of your energy. So it's my responsibility to clean that up. That's my responsibility. True?
You just went into the next question and you didn't even know it.
Ooh.
Don't look at it now. I'm going to read it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
So, Miosotis, Mia Flores de California, ¿estás ahí? So she said, wait, who is the 40 and who is the 60?
Mia Flores said, wait a minute, break this down.
Yeah, exactly. So
who
then,
is who?
And Kai Ramirez, Carrie, this is also for you from your last comment about your last relationships. So then she said, I feel I always put more in the relationship.
Ooh,
so I'm breaking this pattern.
Ooh,
she didn't say I'm breaking out. No.
Oh, no?
No, Mia, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You got something to say.
Because I love you, Mia.
Yes.
So, remember, how can I say this to my homegirl? We cannot carry anything anywhere. everything should be a new experience. Right? We just talked about this 2 weeks ago. People don't enjoy life to the fullest.
Ugh.
You
Get
don't
in
really,
there.
yeah,
Enjoy.
yeah, like you don't really enjoy, and we're all guilty of it
I love
because
that.
it's as long as you're a human or conducting yourself as one, right?
Pretending. We was just not showing up on the thing, so maybe
yeah,
we're
yeah. So unless you're doing that, you have to start to remove those behaviors. It's as simple as I just told somebody last week. If I bring you a cup of water, if I ask you, do you want water? And you're like, yes, I do. And you see a water and it's coming and the glass is foggy. You're like, oh, it's cold. Ooh, you already know what it's going to taste like. You already know. And then you have it and you drink the water and you didn't even really enjoy it. You don't know if the water was saltier, if it had minerals. You don't know anything. Like, it didn't touch your tongue and you savor it. And you didn't get all of that. Why? Because your preconceived thoughts.
Woo! Preach it!
Your past experiences, your issues, or your likings all came with the thought of a glass of water. Which is why some of us go through this butterfly stage and all this stuff, and you're totally lost and confused, and you're getting butterflies, but the other person is not, and you don't know what's going on because you came, and when someone tells you beep, 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 and pushes these buttons, this happens. And that's not how it is. That's not how it goes. So you bring that into a lot of your relationships, and when you bring in poisonous activities, like Mia, you just talked about, and not to say that I'm not trying to get on you, I'm just opening something up, and I'm feeling it, so I'm rolling with it. When you're talking about breaking the pattern, if I just met you, don't come at me, you're breaking what pattern? Where my 60-40 at?
We ain't supposed to have no pattern.
Where my 60-40 at? So, a lot, and Mia, I know you're not that ignorant to just take it there, but subconsciously, we go there.
We do.
We go there. We're not, even me having a relationship with someone, I just met somebody we're friends with, I had to constantly self-check myself so I don't have to bring stuff from relationships. I don't have to get off the phone with Valerie and then talk to somebody and it's like, what, loan you $100? Okay, cool. Like, oh no, Valerie's cool. Wait, where is it? Well, I'm bringing positive. Yeah. I'm bringing it. This is the wrong person to do that with. This is a new experience. Okay, so wait a minute. So what are these bases of blah, blah, blah? You know what I mean? We have to clear ourselves, clear our energy from self, which is why when you get out of something, you need the time. It's not because your private parts are dirty and you need 40 days to clean them. You know, it's not like I'm not going to sleep with somebody in the same month. No, I mean, that is good, but that's not what the cleansing is. It's an internal spiritual healing where you can remove these toxins that have been created and built up on your past experience. So that now you don't affect, not only are you affecting your new relationship, but the new person. Lord, they don't even know you coming with all these issues. You know what I mean? It's like, oh Lord, I wish I would have I wish it would have came with a tag or something.
A sign.
Like
abandonment issues, unworthiness issues.
80-20%. I ain't buying this shirt.
Thanks. Put it on a label.
No, I'm not doing that. So Mia, I see what you're saying, but when you're saying,
oh my goodness,
when you're saying, Mia, I want to break these patterns, and I know this is what you meant, but I'm just, because for the people, we have to be clear. When you said I want to break these patterns, what you're talking about is, yes, the frying pan brown boy.
Hello, yes.
What you're talking about is you want to break the pattern is that pattern is not the 60-40. Is your misconception and your misuse of the 60-40. Because if you're giving too much and someone is taking,
problem.
Well, Jesus, you must have gone into over 80-40. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So now, or 80-20. So now, when is it that you're aware of it? When is it that you can stop? When is it you can say, this is it? And to be honest, let me tell you something. It's fine. Sometimes we have this attitude that they ain't taking me as a sucker. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving and my heart is clean and I'm at peace.
Because I gave
Thank
all.
you. Yeah. You're not wondering like, well, did I give him a chance? And little Carlos wasn't even that bad. Jeez. This relationship I'm in now, that's why you keep going back. Not you, Mia, but just people in general. Like, just go ahead and do it. You know? I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I used to tell my sister, I'm not spending no money on some girl on the street. Like, we didn't have money like that. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to spend it on my sister. You know what I mean? And I was like, ain't no girl taking me for a sucker. But then I realized that sometimes it's okay. It's fine.
Wow.
One, because you live the experience. Two, if you're cognizant of it and you still want to do it, that's fine. Because you don't need to question every order. God has his own process that you're living in. And you can't manipulate it and maneuver it all the time. You're not in control. So it's okay. We got these things or these feelings and emotions. These are worldly things that we created. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you are
So,
right.
love ya. Thanks, Mia. I know. And you're right as well, because I know you and I know what you're saying, but I just want to get it for the people. And just in case you got a little 1% inside you.
Two things also I would love to share. One is when we are over responsible, we make other people under responsible. And that's a huge issue in relationships. Huge. And you see it not just in relationships of love, sex, and these relationships that we're talking about here on Tantra Talks. You see that in all kinds of relationships. You see that with bosses at work, co-workers. When you become over responsible in a relationship, you are making the other person under responsible. So everyone needs to man up. Bring all of you, and I expect other people to bring all of you. You just heard him. He was going in, right? Because he's bringing all of you, all of him to you. And the same thing. Now, that's not going to look like I wash the dishes on Saturday, so you wash the dishes on Sunday, and I wash the dishes on Monday. It's not going to always look like that because life is not this even, neat little package. Maybe you wash the dishes for a whole week and say, you know what, chill. I'm going to wash the dishes for a whole week. The question is underneath the surface. It's not about who's washing the dishes, who's doing that, because we know these fights that couples have are not about who's washing the dishes. They're about deeper issue. The deeper issue is, do I feel respected in this relationship? Is the Zimzum right? How is the energy between us? Do I feel like this person is taking responsibility? Do I feel like this person is bringing me their best? In here, he talks about making sure that you keep yourself healthy, strong, happy, and healthy physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm on a 40-day great fast. And this fast is a gift to my own body. Healing, deep detox, meditation. You are responsible for keeping yourself healthy for the other person so that you're giving your best to the other person. So if you're not receiving the best from other people, just ask yourself, because the universe is just giving you back what you gave out. Ask yourself, am I showing up the best for other people?
Sorry, downshift. I was trying to... Anyway, downshift, I'll just type it instead of I'm saying. Just add it to that. Whatever you feel downshift, that's what you're dealing with or coping with or what you can deal with best. And for you guys who are saying, what is he talking about? You read some other notes. I don't want to stop, but go ahead.
Yes, and you know what? They won't be able to see the notes on the recorded version. So you wanna share.
Well, Downshift was just talking about his daughter and what he feels with time and stuff like that. And basically what I'm telling him is, so we don't have to know the specifics. Basically what I'm telling him is that whatever you truly feel, it's fine. The reason I'm saying that is back to what we've talked about and what we just mentioned on this show is that you're 100% responsible for your experience. So whether you're right or wrong, what you truly feel is, I honestly believe, what is best. Because you're the one that has to deal, you're the one that has to cope, you're the one that has to live the rest of it, including your life, decisions or whatever it is. So then, for me, any decision, even if it's a bad decision, I'm fine with it if it's my decision. because now I can make corrections. I can learn from it. Because if you make a bad decision, you made it for a reason.
True.
You made it for a reason. And if God comes, and God will save you, but if he comes and he goes, Shh, hey, don't do that.
That's going to be bad for you.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. Why?
Well, where's your choice in that?
Yeah. So where's your growth?
Yes.
So where is the process of how did you even get to make this bad decision? Because when you make a bad decision, there's a process that you went through. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you do a math problem and you get the answer wrong, where did you go wrong? You see what I'm saying? Where did you go wrong? Those are things that show part of your character, part of where you are in life.
Hello.
There's things that I've done now that I wouldn't have been able to do when I was younger. And if I did it right, I might have changed the course of my life and had some other trouble or pluses, but not if I did it on my own. All right? Not if I did it on my own. That's like if you take a baby and you put some machinery on his legs so that he could run and be a sprinter. And you have it, right? And he's in the Olympics and all this stuff. So now he has all this stuff. He's in the Olympics. He has the gold medal. He's winning. He still has the AIDS for it. Now, what's gonna happen to him with all that money? What's gonna happen to him with all that fame? I truly believe that if you don't go through the proper chains and process, your end result will not be where it should be. So if he has all these things that he's a super person, he might commit suicide because he can't deal with the fame. He might commit suicide or he might kill himself because now he's bored and he's into drugs or because he has the money. He has all these resources that he didn't really gain through the proper channel. That's a lot of times a lot of people that may be doing illegal things or maybe doing things the wrong way. You wonder, like, you're selling drugs. Like, why don't you just save some money and buy some property? How? They're not thinking that because they didn't go through that process. You thinking it because you've been going through this process, whether you went to school or not, whether you went struggling, or whether it's just you couldn't pay your rent. So you're like, well, I need to be whoever rent it was that I'm paying. I need to be that person. Let me figure it out. There's a process and procedure to everything. And when you do things based solely on other people or on what you think it should be, sometimes you ruin that process. That's why I always talk about being true to yourself and true to your process, no matter what it is or how it is.
That's true. And you stick with that. That's one of the things I really appreciate about you, because you stick through it and you say, you know what, let me go through my process. And process is key. Matter of fact, they say, marry the process, divorce the result. Marry the process. Something else you were talking about earlier made me think about be present. When you were talking about the water, we're not present when we're thinking about the water, what it's going to taste like. Okay, you threw the water back. You are present. Were we present with that experience? Like, how present can you be in this now? Presence. Because when you're present, you're soaking up all the deliciousness of this now moment. You're soaking it up.
You're right. Someone asked about the retreats.
The retreat.
Kai Ramirez says, will you guys have another Sedona retreat in 2018? I looked into it and I would love to be a part of this experience. 2, so there's a twofold question. Where can I look up coaching from the Wiz? Kai, I will reach out to you. I'll give you some of my info. I just started another page, Roberto Amado. For those of you who know me, you know that when I moved from Dubai, I closed those pages. I keep closing chapters in my life. I'm hoping that I'm going to keep this one. And it's, again, because, like, I honestly am spirit-driven. And if I feel I have to detach from some things, I'll do it. So this new YouTube page that I have is Roberto Amado. You guys should like and subscribe if you haven't done it. It's not going to be totally metaphysical. It's not going to be totally comedy or vlogging, which I've done different ones, different things. It just depends where I am in life. This is just going to be plain. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like it, whether it's my kids getting on it, whether it's me. I want to make a page that I'm not carrying certain energy because I'm not pulling in energies like I've done in the past. When I did comedy or when I did this or when I did that. So I'll send you guys information. Kai, we plan on having a retreat every year for the rest of our lives, several times a year. All right. So the Sedona retreat is just a retreat that we're doing because we pushed it back. We were actually hoping to be in India at that time, but we don't want to not honor the process. And we said Sedona, so we're gonna do Sedona. We love Sedona. That's the first time for me that we've been on a retreat together. Well, for you too.
Yeah.
I said for me, like I was there by myself. so on this earth, during that year,
in this realm, this third dimension.
So Kai, I said Kai, Gotti. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, please let me know. So Gotti, we plan on having many of them, so no worries. And I'll be honest with you, we're usually accessible to people anyways. You know, if you need a quick retreat here or you need a weekend retreat, like we, if that's what people need, like we'll do what people need, and we're big on that. I'm big on that. I love you guys. So.
How about the 11/11 event? You can come to the 11/11 event. We have an 11/11 event going on in D.C. on The Witch and the Wizard on 11/11, November 11th, on Saturday, November 11th. That's on the website. You can register for it now.
Yes.
It's at ValerieLove.com. And I think it should be on The Magic of Love. I got to put it on TheMagicOfLove.com.
We'll see.
Okay. I got to do that. I'm behind the 8 ball, pardon me.
No, we're not.
I should have had it over there.
No, we ain't no should have. No.
Okay, no should have. Cancel the should have.
Somebody, look, let me tell you guys something. I'm so detached from time that, in all honesty, to even think that you're wrong or anything, sometimes brings energy that you don't need to have. And I know you're not doing that because we don't really do that. So if something doesn't happen, and this is how I see things, that's just how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's how it was supposed to be.
Maybe there was somebody who was going to see the website today or yesterday that we didn't need them to know. Because we don't need you at the 11/11. Because we don't need
activation.
Because we might need to do some sort of work. And now that this person came, now we got to work with an exorcism. I'm not trying to lay hands on somebody.
This is an activation, not an exorcism.
Exactly. So we don't need to deactivate other people.
Deactivation.
Yeah. Because we might not need to be there for 48 hours. Because I'm not leaving till it's done.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wiz, what about last time we were on the Rock? Do you want to say anything about Bell Rock?
I want you to say it because you brought it up.
Now, let me tell you something. If we ain't done on that rock, how many hours were we on Bell Rock?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was hours.
3, 6, I don't know.
This is an experiential retreat, so we don't sit in a classroom.
No.
We go out and about and hiking, and we're on rocks, and we're in nature, and we're in the woods, and we're
meditating and... Yeah.
And chanting.
Yes.
And all his people came in. He got people. They all came in, all his ancestors. What y'all doing up in here? I was
some
like,
loud Latinos.
It was so much commotion. They had a lot to say. But that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. So this retreat, really, when you go to Sedona, how many miles of hiking trails are in Sedona? Like hundreds of miles of hiking alone.
Yeah.
So we go on trails. We want a Slim Shady Trail. Shady Trail. And go into the woods. He has pictures. You took some phenomenal pictures. We have pictures on the Sedona retreat. So if you go to themagicoflove.com, and magic is with a K. The Magic of Love. You going to put it in the chat? Themagicoflove.com. If you go there, you just click on the retreat, Sedona retreat, and it'll take you right over to the website, to the order page where you can order the Sedona retreat. And you'll see pictures of the last Sedona retreat. Whoo! What an experience. Because we love people. And we're not going to leave you hanging. We love people. We love what we are agents of on this planet. So if we need to go on Bell Rock with you for 3 hours to get you straightened out, well, that's what our soul signed up for. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
So I do have to answer. It's not a question; it's a statement. But
Okay.
it's I'm not gonna attach it because
Okay.
it's. So the statement is Cari Ramirez. Cari's good. Okay. So hold up, Val. Hold up. There's no. So Cari, and again, I'm going to answer this. I'm gonna say something, Cari. Yeah, we love and appreciate you too. The fact that you're here, we know that you belong here because no, it still does it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but Kari, I do want to mention something, and it's not because you have to go to a retreat or you have to do anything because I'm the type of person that I don't sell or push for anybody or anything
With the cat.
because things will happen how they're supposed to happen. But I do want to touch on this because it just downloaded. And sometimes when I have thoughts, I want to share it. And it might not be necessary for you. It might be for somebody else. So you said that is good, LOL. I'm just expecting and my due date is around that time and financially I need to be safe. So that sounds great and that sounds very technical and so responsible. But I want you to, because what I get from that sometimes is that we are being, I don't want to say we're being human, but my thing is that you're expecting, okay? So that means you're a mother, right? So that means to me, I mean, I believe that all women, 99.999% of women, my spirit is calling me to grow and calling me to work with spiritual. So there you go. This is where I'm going. I'm glad you said that, but this is where I'm going. All mothers, not only are they innately good, but they have this special spiritual connection that for some reason, like sometimes I was like, God, I wish I was a mom because this would have been easier to learn how to meditate or do all this stuff.
Wow.
So I want you, Gotti, to listen more to yourself, your feelings, especially if you're exploring your spirituality. It's happening for a reason. Trust in the spirit more. I'm not saying, and I'm getting goosebumps. I wish you could see. Can you see them?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you have to go to the retreat or that you're gonna go, but I don't want you to even speak out of your mouth. I have to be financially safe. This is happening, but this, but. There's no buts. There's no buts. What there is it will be how it should be. Okay? Don't speak things into existence that you don't need to speak. Don't limit yourself because of what your eyes and your mind can conceive, which is not what we really are going to be given in this universe. It's not what we really, really are supposed to have. Because if we did, we would be perfect beings and we would receive all the abundance that we should have. That's like saying, well, to your husband or your spouse, well, you're not putting that in raw because we need to prepare for this baby. You're never going to be prepared for a baby.
Phew, isn't that the truth?
Nobody, I mean, you got to save $90,000 per kid per year and $30,000 here and this. So I want you, one, to start to not speak those things. And two, I want you to trust more in the spirit and go on how you feel. When the time comes, if you're economically not stable or unsafe, if it's really, truly that, then your spirit will make you feel that. Because when you think to go, you would feel sick or you would feel something. It's not gonna, if something feels organic and pure, when you are on a spiritual path, which it seems like that's what you're seeking, then trust the spirit and let things happen how they're going to happen. Because the spirit, God, the creator, whatever you want to say, creates the unattainable to man. To a man, what you cannot really see or believe, you would never know how God made it happen. And I've seen greater things than that happen. I mean, who knows if you're supposed to go and we're supposed to deliver your baby? I mean, I'm not saying that that's what I want.
Can you imagine if you were a baby and you came in on Bell Rock?
Oh my God!
I would want to be born on Bell Rock.
Exactly. He might come out.
What? He'll come out Buddha.
He'll come out flowing like this. I'm here.
Levitating.
Like, Lord, hold him by the leg. He's going up. He's going up. Hold him.
Catch that child. That's baby Jesus.
So, Gotti, we love you, and we appreciate, and I appreciate you sharing and being open, letting us even know that you're expecting, and
that's how
much blessings to your belly, to your womb, to your family, and but just I don't want to hear anything limiting coming out of your mouth, because you are a limitless being.
Infinite.
Yes.
Speak it. You know what Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith said one time? He said he asked somebody if they were going to Revelation. Revelation is this big conference they have, this big spiritual awakening they have. It's not even a conference. Big spiritual awakening they have every April. And it was somewhere around November or something like that. And they said, well, no, I'm not going. He said, oh, really? You know, he was engaging to see what's going on with the person. They said, yeah, because I don't have the money to go. He's like, it's 6 months from now. Are you planning not to have the money in 6 months? Like you're pre-paving not having the money for something that's happening months away. Mm-hmm. Like today, you can receive unlimited abundance from the universe today. Mm-hmm. And stroke a check and go anywhere you want, do anything. You can hire a doula, midwife to come. Well, I'm a midwife of divine destiny, not of human babies. A lady called me one time. She was like, Reverend Val, do you travel? I was like, yeah, I travel. She said, okay, good, because I'm due in, I'm 4 months now. I was like, excuse me. No, I'm a divine midwife of soul destiny. I don't birth no human babies. Child, I can't. I would do it if I had to, but what? Yeah. That's not what I do. What if a doula was there? I love what you share, because we do not want to close ourselves off to the grand mystery of life that is so far beyond what any of us can even imagine.
And Gracie has a medical background, and she says she'll be there to help. So what I say, Gotti, is keep, I'm not sure what your practices are, but keep in your practices, keep experiencing, keep openness. And if the Spirit is calling you, as hard as it may be, as hard as it may be, just let go, because it's going to go down anyways. Whatever it is that they have for you is going to go down. And what I've learned is, because some people say, well, you can't go against Spirit, or you can't do this. I never say that, because there's freedom and there's choice. But what I know is, I'm not trying to have a bad lesson learned.
Hello.
I'm not trying to be like, have the Creator be like, oh Lord, if in 2 more days you don't get this right. and then he's like, actually, I already know you're not gonna get it right. Let me create this right here, 'cause this is what I'm gonna send you. Well, he doesn't do that, but like
the angels be over there cooking up a lightning bolt. We don't want to send this,
it's like in
leave
2
us
days,
no other choice.
He's gonna cross through that path, and I hope you don't cross through it, because
those are some hard lessons. They're hard lessons.
Yeah.
And no one needs a hard lesson. Kabbalah calls that unnecessary process.
Yes.
Right? It's an unnecessary process. It's an unnecessary process. Why? Because we did not listen to the guidance from within. Kabbalah teaches, anytime you get in yourself what to do, and you don't go with that, you are now on the path of unnecessary process. They don't judge it as good, bad. It's your choice. You can do that if you want to. Mm-hmm. You just didn't have to have all of that that's now on that road that you just chose. You didn't have to have it. You walk down that road, a brick falls on your head. You didn't have to have it, because in here, it already told you. But we are so disconnected from in here, because we got to sleep with a cell phone like this. People sleeping with the phone right next to them. So deep in technology, scrolling Facebook timeline, and not in alignment and direct connect with Spirit, with Source. Direct connect with Source and higher self. Higher self will tell you all of this. And as he says this word over and over, feelings. Your feelings are your GPS. Like it's like hot, cold, right? Like, ooh, and we're so sensitive. We're sensitive beings. If we paid attention to that, guide you straight through life to what's good for you, what takes you higher. You could choose not to go higher if you want to, but who wants to do all that stuff?
Yeah. And if you choose not to, you're still going to get there at some point or somehow.
True.
And just one thing real quick, because, I always have to play the other side of the coin.
Go ahead.
But it's really, no, it's just because you covered it head on as usual. But the thing about you don't, and this is kind of maybe my insensitiveness, because I'm very insensitive, especially with myself. I'm very blunt. Like, no, don't create this whole story. No, you're not doing this. Yeah, if you do, go to another coach, get another friend. Like, this is what it is, and I'm telling you what it is. I'm not saying we can't sugarcoat it because I need you to understand, and it's fine. We're gonna work through it, but you're gonna get what it is, and it's okay. So when we say it's an unnecessary hardship, I always believe you don't want to have a necessary hardship that could have been unnecessary. Because unnecessary means that you didn't have to go through that. But if you were hard-headed enough, if you were unbright enough, selfish enough, whatever it was enough to get that path, then that's what you needed.
That's what I needed, absolutely.
So you won't do it again.
So next time I'm going to listen to this.
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying that I'm insensitive in the fact that, like, I'm going to be like, well, that's it. No. We're gonna work on that now. So now, this is what happened. That was your process? Or this is what your perception of the process was? All right, good. Oh, I shouldn't have gone through that. Yeah, you should have, because this is what happened.
That's what we needed.
So, instead of us crying about it, let's fix it. Okay? Let's work on it so that you can learn the lesson. Because there's a lesson in everything.
It is.
There's a lesson in everything. If not, there wouldn't be any reincarnation. There wouldn't be any second chances. There wouldn't be anything. It'd be like, oh, you messed up. That's it. You ain't going to the promised land. You just sit here with the other earthlings. And
go back to Egypt and be in slavery again, exactly. Israelites.
Yeah. So that's that. But go ahead.
Love it. And
people are quiet. Are you afraid to text? Or are you listening? Or what's going on?
Yeah, they into it, huh? And your feelings. Honor your feelings. Your feelings are the GPS. When you feel bad, that's not the thing to do. Even if people are pressuring you to do it, even if everybody's telling you that's what you should do, da-da-da. We have this conversation, this kind of ongoing conversation, because I see things, right? So I see things, and then what? You gonna laugh at me now?
I'm laughing about what I tell you when you say you see something.
Yeah.
Because I call her Back to the Future.
I see stuff, right? And then I'll be like, oh, well, just do this. And he's like, slow your roll, hold your jets. This is my process. Like, I need to come out of other people's lanes, because that's my issue. That's part of my issue, is that I see it clearly in the third eye. Oh, well, this is the thing. Yet, does it truly mean unconditional love if we just tell a person something without honoring that person's process, whatever it looks like? Honor other people's process. Okay? Honor other people's process. That's what I get. That's what I get from you, from my kids, from my friends, from just looking at my relationships. Honor people's process. Because some people, it might take them 20 years to get one thing. It's taking me like, sometimes I feel like spiritually like I'm on the short bus. And sometimes I feel like that. With certain issues that have still been going on for years and years and years and years, sometimes I feel like I'm on the short bus. And I know, okay, there's something here still for me. I'm still in process. And aren't all of us in process about something? Honor your process.
Honor your process. Well, like I tell some people, mind your business.
That's another way of saying it.
It's
right?
just not your business.
Get
It's
out,
not,
get out my lane.
Yeah, like you got a lot of stuff going on, and you worried about this?
Wow. Yeah, that's the look. Yeah, that's the look right there. Like, did you really say that?
So, in case you guys are wondering why I call her Back to the Future, it's because Miss Valerie loves to go into outer space and get answers and come back like, Wiz, I downloaded it, I got it. This is what it is, it's right here, I got it so it doesn't move. Hurry, because it's going.
Do I be looking at
Wiz, I go, are you here?
I got it.
You here?
I'm
Oh, let it go. Come on. Bam, here it is. I'm like, Valerie, that sounds like 2027. That's what that sounds like.
We talking about right now, right?
Sometimes.
You see it too far in the future.
I'm like,
this is 2017.
I didn't get that download. I was like, that is not the download. I still got the old download. And I've been praying and meditating. So I know that. Yeah. Why do you have to go past the clouds? We are in the clouds. We just need to see a little bit so we can see what's coming up. But
we don't need to see the whole story.
Yeah, and don't come to me with all this because it's too much for me. Like, no. It's going to happen. I believe you, but not right now. This is not where it's at.
My God.
And part of it is she calls it honoring somebody else's process. And I believe that no matter who it is or what it is, you have to get your verbiage down. What it is to you. Because sometimes when we say honor somebody's process, I might think like, I don't give a daggone about his process. You know, I just want him to behave. Or I just so it's not only that, but it's also like meet somebody where they at. Which is honoring the process. Like, but I'm putting it into different terms because some people, while you guys are off the planet. Yeah. So sometimes it's like, all right, you want this person. He's not for that right now. Like, why are you there? Like, so you got to move on with your process. Or, okay, I got this information. So Valerie's is holding it for the year 2020. She's going to put a thumbtack and a seal.
We're just gonna put that on the board.
And put them January 2020. Do not open until then.
Lock on it.
And don't bother Wiz about it because he knows. You know? Just a day ago or two or whatever, or yesterday, you know, she was coming with something and it's like, boom, I got a vision about it. And I was like, oh Lord, wait a minute. Like I already knew. I was like, oh, wait a minute, wait. She was like, what? We moving. I was like, I know we moving. I know we move. I already heard it. She's coming with this. I didn't hear you were coming with it, but I just saw the vision. I was like, wait a minute. I know. It was like, okay, we know. Okay, we got it. I don't know when that's coming. If it's 2020 or tomorrow.
Who knows?
But I knew it was coming. But the point is just meet people where they are. I mean, what else can you do? What else can you do?
That's so true. And what I also love about this is if I truly unconditionally love another, which is that's my only intention, is to truly experience and be an agent for and a demonstration of true, pure, unconditional love. Like, yes, like for me, that's what it's about. My whole life is about pure, unconditional love. So can I love people right, as you say, where they are? And this is, my kids have been the biggest teachers of this for me, because I could easily tell my kid, oh, do this, I see the whole thing, right? They're like, look, it's at 11:11. Isn't that awesome? And
no, nothing. Oh, don't interrupt my stuff then. Okay.
So I can look at it and see this, and this. Yet, if my son or my daughters haven't stepped through it, people have to step through it themselves so they can see it. And if they don't step through it themselves, they're going to be like that kid with the prosthetic devices on his legs all those times and never learn to use his legs.
And this is the second time this came into my space, that when you do this, not only are you hindering your process, but you're hindering the other person's process. And you're also, whether you're an enabler, you're creating a crutch, or whatever it is, it's not even only about you. You are setting a course against the universe and what's already been manifested. So it's like you're not swimming against the current. It's a little worse than that. So you have to also look at that and at least be thoughtful and mindful that it's not just you, which is hard for a lot of people. And that's fine, because as humans, we're survivors. I mean, even our bodies, it's made to survive. It's going to survive. It's going to shake. If you need to be warm, it's going to shake. It's going to make itself shake. It's going to make you smack somebody by mistake sometimes. That's a voluntary muscle movement. But you're going to do some involuntary stuff. So, yeah.
How are we wrapping up? Are we wrapping up yet? Or we still got comments?
Yeah, we could wrap up. We just got 2 comments.
Okay.
If you guys have comments or questions, do them now, because we're about to wrap up.
About to wrap up?
Fallen Davis. So about honoring someone's process for them to grow and receive their lesson, what about the other person? What do you mean the other person? Are you talking about Fallon? Are you talking about? Let me reread that. So about honoring somebody's process for them to grow and receive lesson. You're talking about honoring the other person's process, correct? You said, what about the other person? So when you say the other person, again, you mean, what about me? What about myself, correct? Is that correct, Fallon? Oh, sorry. For instance, let me just read. Reading is fundamental. I'm sorry. So he said, for instance, they are a level up than the person going through growing pains. But they themselves need to grow from someone that's at a higher level. Like, I can't be pulling people onto a canoe, and I want someone to help me onto the yacht. Ooh, Fallon. Why did you do this? We can't close like this.
Let me tell you.
Oh, you feeling something? Go ahead and say it.
What?
Go ahead and say it, because I'm not getting in the way of that. I was about to answer because I'm greedy. But I'll answer all the questions. But go ahead.
Sometimes we think we are supposed to be on a yacht.
God, we had the same download. Go ahead. It's going to be good.
But there are no mistakes in the universe. And if you find yourself on a canoe, that's where you belong.
Ding, ding, ding.
There's no mistakes in the universe. This universe is so... Watch my lips when I say this. There's no mistakes. There's no accidents. There's no coinky-dinks. There's no, I'm supposed to be on a yacht, but I'm on a canoe. This is not just for you,
Fallon.
This is for all of us. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. Because sometimes I think I'm supposed to be on a yacht, but I'm really supposed to be on that scraggly little canoe.
At that time.
In that moment, right? Because this is where I find myself in this moment. And this is the law. The laws of this universe are so precise that it is literally impossible for you to be anywhere that you're not supposed to be at any time, in any point in space. This universe is so precise. It is down to a pin needle point of where you are to be on the planet in this whole cosmos. So all I say, this is why I always tell people, don't try to get rid of people. Never try to get rid of people. The law will take care of it. See, the law is always working. The law is always putting likes with likes. Like attracts like attracts like. That's law of attraction. The law of, all the laws of the universe, they always have us precisely where we are to be. This is precisely where we are to be in this moment. In this dimension anyway, maybe in a parallel universe, we're somewhere else doing something different. So it's not possible for you to belong on a yacht and still be in a canoe. And it's not possible for you to be pulling along a person, because nobody can pull anybody. Everybody is going voluntarily to wherever they're going. Acceptance says, oh, you choose canoe, I choose yacht. When you are truly on all levels a yacht will show up. You'll be on the yacht and it will just be just like that. And if that person is truly canoe, they will be on the canoe. And with no attachment, you'll be happy, they'll be happy.
I'm trying to keep it.
Sir.
Carrie, actually, Gotti, I can answer this with just a touch of what you already said. So, now that she made that pretty clear, so I'm glad I didn't answer because we had the same download, and I can't be selfish all the time. So, now when you're doing that, and finally, if you feel that you're pulling someone, now you need to look at why is it that you believe you're pulling someone. Because now you need to do some self-reflection and some digging to see, are you pulling someone or do you think you're pulling someone?
Woo! Big distinction.
Are you a puller or is that person been brought to your life to teach you a lesson?
Woo!
And when I say a lesson, I mean there's something that you're not completing and you must be unaware of it. Because if you belong on a yacht, this person wouldn't be near you.
That's true. That's true.
It's like I tell some women, well, I don't understand why this person did this to me or I'm at a club, they grabbed my ass. It's like, what? Okay, so how much is it going to take to know that you're not supposed to really be there doing the things that you're doing? Or how much is going to have to happen for you to understand the environment that you're in and this, and the things keep happening to people, and it's like, okay, are you going to be done with this process or do things need to continue? So when you're in your own turmoil and when you're in your own process, but you're not really in the process, things like that are going to happen. And it's not to say that you're not pulling someone. You might be. The lesson might be you don't know how to detach from people. The lesson might be she's attached to you and you're pulling her because you still need to learn from her. You still need to learn what it is. And it might not mean that you're going to get a higher degree or a higher education. You might just need to learn patience, or you might need to learn you don't really belong in a yacht right now, sir. You are yacht material. You belong on a yacht. But right now, you still have to buy your ticket. You know what I mean? And you don't have that money in the bank, so we need to build it up. How are you going to build it up? Oh, this person you're pulling is about to teach you.
Don't we love those teachers?
Because when you are where you're supposed to be, that person's going to leave themselves.
Hello.
They're going to be like, oh,
they're
Lord. They're
yeah,
like,
it's over.
I can't swim that fast, sir.
And you've been dragging me.
Exactly.
I don't want to go.
I am done. I done drank water several times. I closed my mouth. Water's going in my ears. Water's in my ears. You done messed up my hair. $60 to get this hair did. And now you done messed that up. No, we're not doing it. It's over, sir. You go on your cruise by your daggone self. I don't even want to be in a cruise. I don't want to see a cruise, or I don't even want to know anybody whose name is Cruz. Robert Cruz, no, nothing. So it'll happen.
Yeah. No pulling anyone. Everyone's going where they're going.
Yeah.
No attachments. Let go of all attachments. Love has no attachments to whatever people do. It's just that you don't allow people to do whatever they want to do in your space. People can do whatever they want to do. But as we spoke, you spoke earlier, I won't be around for you doing it. But you can do whatever you want to do. So don't stay there if you are not on board with what they're doing. Because they can do whatever they're doing. You get to determine what you're going to do about it.
Mm-hmm. And so Gotti, and I think you're
pulling people for my need or fulfillment. Oh, just to be clear. Okay.
Oh, no,
What?
no, Fallon.
Yeah.
I never thought that. I never thought that. I'll tell you why I never thought that. Because you would have never shared if you were doing that.
Yeah.
You may have never shared. And that's not the energy that I get from you. The energy that I get from you is that how much are you going to pull? When do you either stop pulling, or what are you supposed to do with that? And we've all been there. I went through a phase in my life that I wanted to fix women. And I would have a relationship with them, and I'll be with them 3, 4, 5 years because I'm like, she's not ready yet. She can't go into the world. You know, like that was my responsibility. You know what I mean? So Fallon, I definitely feel you, and it's not, there's nothing selfish that I get from what you're saying. What I feel more is like how I felt when I started to realize that why am I with this girl? It's like I don't have to save this.
Savior.
And I don't have to, and not to say that you're a savior or you think, but the point is that I was I got to a certain place where I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to do this, or like, why am I doing this? And then I got to a phase where I was like, from the beginning, no, she's gonna be a client. You know, she's not, like, I could spot a crazy woman from a mile away because it's because I've gone through too much. so I'm like, nope. You know, I remember someone was like, that twitch in the nose. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean a twitch in the nose? I was like, look, you don't.
Yeah, that little.
Listen, I'm a trained observer. I'm a trained observer. There's a lot behind that little twitch and the eye movement.
Oh, yes.
So, and it's not something, it's metaphysical. Trust me. So,
crazy coming down the street.
So I'm going to go back to Kari, but let me see what Fallon said. Fallon. Am I saying, is it Fallon? Fallon or Fallon? I think it's Fallon Davis because that's my man 50 grand. It's just that saying, you are a reflection of the 5 people around you, surrounded by you. I'm just ready to be around spiritually seeking people. Yes, and that's more where I thought you were. And not necessarily spiritually, but it's just you are opening your eyes and the spirit is starting to stir something in you to say, listen, dude, you're not going to keep doing this because you jacking up our plans. The universe has stuff that you need to do, and you can't do it. We're not going to keep pulling that thing. The universe is pulling you, and you pulling something else. Like, look, this is a cargo space for 15 pounds. You gotta lose
that 100.
You gotta lose 85 pounds, and you're not gonna do it with the keto diet. We're gonna cut some limbs off, and not your limbs, those limbs that are attached to you. So, Fallon, this goes. I can't be around. Yes. Okay. So, listen. So my thing is this, Gotti. Yes, they are their own soul. They are their own soul and their own experience. And I now understand my path is to be 100% myself, work on myself, love myself, grow myself, and just them. And just love them and let them go graciously. Wait, Kari, before I like you. I like you, Kari. I like Kari. Fire! I like it. But wait a minute. When you're talking about
we ain't telling you to leave nobody now. Wait a minute.
I'm not, because I'm not there and from what I feel, I speak what I feel, and I need to like touch and agree sometimes and see. But when you're doing the right things, when you're on the right path, the fat will fall off of your body by itself. Fallon is not going to have to remove anybody. Gotti, you're not going to have to do things. You just continue to work on you and yourself, okay? Because a lot of times when I see this, I don't care how much I know, how many clients I coach, how many families I counseled or helped or whatnot. Every situation has to be taken as a new situation. And I don't know everything that's going on. You know, the human mind is out of control. There's so many extraneous variables. I love saying extraneous variables because it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, you didn't know this, or you didn't know see this, or you didn't know this, you didn't know this reaction, you didn't know this. So when you continue to live a certain lifestyle and you're with it 100%, your body will start rejecting anything that's outside of it. And when you start doing that, hopefully, purely, definitely, their body, they will start to become allergic to what you're talking about. The best thing I ever heard one time was from a girl was like, "You always talking that spiritual stuff." I said, "Yes, devil. I mean, yes, yes, I am, and that's what I am." Why do we always have to talk about it? Because you asked. Let me not say that, but I was about to say something, but I was like, because that's where I am. I mean, you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
You won't be upset. I might suffer a little bit, but you can go ahead and go about your business because my suffering is human, okay? and I understand that it's on a different level. So Gotti, when it comes to that, like, we never know what's gonna happen. We never know what's gonna change or what's gonna click for your spouse, for you, and what's gonna change and what it's gonna take to change. But what I will tell you is this. You're welcome, Fallon. What I will tell you is this. Is that you get from me what I see from you. Okay? Or let me put it in a sense. Actually, I'll just explain it. There are women or people that will get the best out of me. When I'm here and I'm talking to you guys and I feel that you're being helped and I love it. I love when you come and share. I'm giving you all of me.
Yes.
There's some people that can't get a hello from me. There's some people that cannot get advice from me. There's some people that I cannot swallow or even be around long enough to help them. There are things that you will be allergic to, and there are things that are just not going to go with your spirit and how you are and your DNA, your everything. And when you are not getting that in return, they're not always the issue. Sometimes it might be you, because you're not the person that's going to get that from them. And you have to be okay with that. I know I put it in reverse and then brought it from the back. So if a man doesn't give you what you want or you feel you deserve, it's either he's not the man for you or something is out of sync. There's some path that you're on that you have to go through now because you might not have took heed or followed the right process or procedures. That doesn't mean you're going to have to leave him, because there must be some lesson there. And you don't know when it's going to change. And you don't know if it's going to change. All right? Just like the what we talked about, the baby with the legs that are helping. Now what if you took those legs off, the assistance for the legs? Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to keep that baby. Now that means that you're going to have to teach that baby how to walk and run without it. Can you do it? Are you going to do it? And are you even capable of doing it? Okay?
And is that even what you're supposed to be doing with your life?
Exactly. So this is why I say work on yourself, because all these issues usually start within you. Work on yourself and the rest will fall into place.
Yes. That's it. That's the end of it. There's something I wanted to say to a comment that I saw. The work is painful, but so worth it.
Stitcheroo! What's up, Stitcheroo? Is that the right thing? I like that. Stitcheroo. That's my Stitcheroo. Go ahead.
The work is painful, but it's so worth it. Here's why it appears to be painful. And let's just step back for a second. In life, there are two paths. The path of pain and the path of joy. I did not know that there was a path of joy. I only knew the path of pain because the path of pain is the default. So if you don't know anything about the path of joy, how could you put yourself on the path of joy? You'll just keep having painful experiences. So that's the first thing for us to be aware of, that there is a path of pain and there is a path of joy. Get on the path of joy by your intention. Number two, the reason it's painful is not because of what's in front of you. The reason it's painful is because to heal it, you must feel it. To heal it, you must feel it. Which means that if you had a devastating experience, once again in your 0 to 7, this is not about what's in front of you in this moment. So Fallon's experience of feeling like, I'm pulling someone, that's not about right now. Or, someone else's experience of feeling unworthy, as we heard earlier. Or someone else's experience feeling like they're giving and the other person's taking. That, all of that is not from right now, right? That was created when somewhere between your 0 to 7. At 7, the whole structure of your character is set. At 7, your brain is already set. And you can change some things here and there and there and there, but that's how we develop. So in that developmental stage, when you were setting up your whole consciousness, like my grandbabies are now, that's when that stuff originated. The unworthiness, the abandonment, in your 0 to 7. So the reason that it seems painful is because you are having to bring that up from wherever we stuffed it, with food, sex, too much TV, vegging out, rock and roll, Facebook scrolling, all our mechanisms. Mine was addiction to sugar, addiction to pleasures, right? Like sense pleasure. That was my thing, right? To stuff, you're not avoiding it. It's still in there. To stuff those hurt, painful feelings from 3 or 2. I would keep feeling 3. Like 3 was the setup for many of us. 3 was it. Okay, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 3, you're feeling the 3. 3 years old. That when you bring it up, yes, that's painful. The process itself is not painful. The reason that feels painful is because to heal it, you have to feel it. But if we were not so busy stuffing, medicating, most people keep themselves in some level of anesthesia because they don't want to feel all their feelings. They don't want to feel the vulnerability, the insecurity. That I'm real good with all my feelings. And it took a long time to get real good with all my feelings. Like, oh, I'm having these crazy feelings right now. I'm more lean in, like, oh, what's this all about? Like digging into a pile of shit. Like, what's this about? Decoding it. Because when you keep trying to suppress, that's more painful. It's more painful to have an unconscious life than it is to actually wake up, start feeling all your feelings, let that stuff come up to the surface and out, and be healed and be done with it. Are we complete yet?
I guess. I don't know. I guess so.
What you feeling?
Huh? No, I'm reading the notes and I'm just like, man.
You flowing with it.
We need to be here till 4 in the morning.
We need to pull an all-nighter. Sometimes you got to have a shut-in and you just got to pray all night.
Oh, Star Descendant. Star Descendant, you're so sweet. She said, look at Star Descendant. Miss Valerie, is it okay if I can send you a shirt I made? What?
Oh,
stop.
That's so beautiful. Oh, what? No?
Stop all that.
That's not beautiful?
Listen, it is, but you guys are why we're here.
Yes.
Never ask, can you send something? Can you do? Whatever's in your heart, do it. If you want to curse me out and give me middle fingers, do it. If that's what's in your heart, share it. It's for a reason. So anytime you guys want to share, we're open. We have open arms, good or bad or good. Questions, you want to challenge me? I wouldn't do that, but if you want, you could. But because I don't say much unless I know something, or because I'm very careful. I'll be like, I think, or I feel, or this is what my blah blah blah, blah whatever. But start sending. You're a sweetheart. Send and do as you please.
Thank you, Star Descendant.
Yes,
that is
thank
so
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I get so many gifts. Look, on my altar right there are so many gifts.
Yeah.
I have so many gifts on that altar right there. I love my gift. Matter of fact, Wiz bought me a gift today when it came. Is it okay to show? Of course.
Why are you asking
Why
me?
am I asking you? Want me a bandana with the elephant? You'll know my elephant totem. Bandana with the elephant. And it has the beautiful Bali mandalas. These patterns and prints I love. This tribal reminds me of Bali. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Fauna said it's gorgeous. She said, I love elephants.
Isn't it
That's
beautiful?
gorge.
That's my animal totem. I got elephants all over this place. Everywhere. We have elephants everywhere. Elephants are isn't it pretty? Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, Stardust said it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Somebody else said pretty. Thank you.
Stitcheroo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. I'm a shopper, so I see stuff all the time. What?
I had flashbacks of our road trip to Sedona last year. If
Yes.
there's a Marshall's, that's what the car does automatically. And we're both bad with that. I just can own my own stuff about Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Burlington.
I like everything.
And Ross.
I'm always
I'm
digging.
addicted. Yeah. I'm addicted.
It's therapeutic.
So two people, that is very therapeutic. So two people that love that, if you need to get to a retreat, that could be a problem.
People are like, how did it take you 3 days? I don't know. With like 4 bags of shopping. I don't know what happened. It took forever to get here. Oh my gosh.
And we got back like that. He be beating that road.
Yeah.
Oh, we got footage too. We got the car karaoke.
Oh yeah,
we got to put that up one day.
Yeah,
we'll put that up one day.
Sorry,
and that was also the Crystal Shop. Oh, they love the Crystal Shop on the channel.
Yeah, we need to put.
Oh my God, the Crystal Shop was coming out of Grand Canyon. Crystal Shop was amazing. Amazing. What's on tap?
Just reading Kari. Kari, I don't know. I feel like I can feel her, you know?
Oh,
I feel like I can feel her.
I love that message.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You know, I gotta say something about how we came to do this work.
No.
Because it had nothing to do with me at all. At all. Like, I could never have made it up, right?
What?
That the divine, how the divine does things, is beyond anything I can fathom. Like, you were in Abu Dhabi. I was in the U.S., right? I was in Abu Dhabi last year. Actually, before the divine brought us together to do this work, right? I was in Abu Dhabi. And later on, that was February. We met in June, July?
Something like that.
Somewhere around there. And what I know is this. If you trust the divine, whatever you call it, God, source, this universe, it will put everything together perfectly. And I trust the divine. That's how we came to do this work. Because I sure didn't make it up.
No.
Had no idea. The divine did all this. All of us here together. All of us here together. This channel, the Sedona retreats, all of it is all the divine. I take 0 credit. I'm not that smart. I'm just not. I can't orchestrate all that. Who can orchestrate all of that? That's why you have the universe.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Mia Flora says she has the same scarf. She puts it on her altar. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to wear that one. I love it.
Ooh, Fallon said, I need help paying attention to the divine. I need to leap instead of peep.
Ooh, I like that. I like it because some people are
peeping and start leaping.
And me,
I like that.
my nature is I do a cannonball into the pool and ask questions later.
You definitely are that.
Let's go. Let's do it. That be me.
Like,
Wiz be like,
hold on.
All right. Let's think this through.
All right, you want to jump? Go ahead and jump.
Take the steps.
I heard it, but I got a bathing suit underneath and I got my phone on my hip.
Right. Can I first get it
like
in
I know
place,
that.
put it together?
The divine don't want me to jump in there with the phone. Why? Because I just thought about it. And I don't feel any pressure.
Oh, goodness. One of my big blow-ups that I had with Wiz was when I said, "You're not listening to me. You don't understand me. You're not listening to me." That was all my stuff, right? My stuff. And here's what it came from. It came from, I was like, "Oh, well, let's just do it. We'll just do it. Just do it." And he's like, "No, let's put it together, take the steps, and have it be done in the way that you want it to be done," right? Neither one's right or wrong. I'm a pull the trigger girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's a take the steps guy. That's why we do this work. Because you need a pull the trigger person and you need a person that says take the steps person.
But when they argue, then the steps might never be taken. Hence, we don't have the car karaoke video up.
And I'm good with it. Because at the perfect time,
we had to do it. Well, and this is what I always believe too, and this is where we sometimes used to fight or argue or have a disconnect, that it's like, I'll feel it when I have to get it done. But if you messing with me,
he's going to be like, "No, you ain't getting it."
Exactly. Right? Now, I'm going to think I heard the Spirit say no because my insides...
That's what I feel like.
Exactly, because my insides is like, no today is not... The school's told you, stop bullying. No, I'm not Latino. Yes, you are. I don't care what you said, I'm not. I'm Dominican. That's Latino. Dominicans with a D, Latinos with an L.
Hello.
Or whatever. But yeah, and that's part of the whole thing about not only being conscious for your process, but hindering the other person's process. Now, if she hinders my process, or I just don't do the video now because of her, that's just telling me about what I need to deal with, what issues I got inside me. If now I'm like, she ain't getting nothing.
I'd be like, "Oh, can I see the video? Can I see the video? Let's put the video up." He'd be like,
"Stop! Look, leave me alone.
Can you chill for you doing too much." I'd be like this.
Look, and then sometimes you get rebellious, and she'd be like, "Well, I mean," and then I'd be like, "I'm doing something." Laptop turned around, ain't nothing going on, and I'm like, "Well, I'm arguing with Spirit, like, well, just do it because you ain't doing nothing else." Yeah, I know, but I already acted like I was, so now I gotta play the whole thing out. And then later on, something else is gonna come up. So, like, no, it's just done.
But we have the unconditional love through all the process because we're doing Spirit's work. Both of us are very clear. We are doing Spirit's work. So there ain't no time for Valerie shenanigans. So when Valerie shenanigans get too much, it's time for me to sit down, breathe, take a chill. Because we're not on Valerie's thing. We're on Spirit's thing. That's it and that's all. That's what I live my life by. I gave my life to Spirit. And what I know is when God said that thing is done, that thing is done. Ain't nothing stopping it. Hello? Mm-hmm. Ain't that the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
When Spirit moves, you best just strap on your seatbelt because you are going. Either you going kicking and screaming or you going willingly. You are going.
And if your panties are in a bunch, take them off. Take them off.
You don't have to have panties.
Exactly. They're bunched up. Just take them off. It's okay. Keep it moving.
This is Tantra Talks. Can I share something that maybe we should leave that for the Yoni conversation.
What?
I got a new toy.
If you want to share it, share it. I mean, with the public.
Right, with Tantra Talks.
Yes, right now. Not after the show.
I got this secret series. This secret series. Yeah.
Series like an Apple
The vaginal wand.
Oh.
The vaginal wand. Would y'all like to see it? I can bring it. Would y'all like to see it? It's very fascinating. Would
Nobody has responded.
No one says anything. Oh, now, yes.
Let's go.
Yes. I'll be right back. The witch will be right back.
Fallon.
Excuse
me. Gotti, you trying to use the wand?
The wand. The vaginal wand.
Hey, listen, if it's going to help, whatever it is, sometimes you got to go into survival mode. If he's at the club, what are you going to do?
Could you tell that that's what this was? No way.
Huh?
What did this look like?
I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it?
No. I didn't see it.
That's why I love this, because it's very nondescript. No one knows what's in here. So we're not on the Yoni show. However, we will go to Yoni for a moment. This is Tantra Talks, right? So this is...
It's all covered under Yoni.
It's all covered under Yoni. And you gotta love your Yoni. Oh my God, you gotta love your Yoni. So this is the heal your womb, heal your life. Absolutely.
Star descended, yes.
Absolutely. So here is the wand. And this thing tripped me out when I first opened it. I actually took video footage of it that I'm going to be... Your face was priceless.
No, I was thinking my laptop didn't ask you to share it with the laptop. Now I gotta take some of that energy on with me.
I apologize. I just wanted to show that I was very surprised solid. That this thing was like concrete, like a concrete block.
Well, it looks like it.
It looks like a concrete block, right? This thing is so fascinating. This thing is so fascinating. Ladies, get it. $119 for this stick. It's a vaginal wand. And what does it do? One husband said his wife put this in. She left it in a little too long, and it made her thing so tight he couldn't get in for 3 days. Not only
where did you order it from?
What is the website?
I don't need that. I don't need that.
What is the website? This is from, I'll link it up below. This is from mytinysecrets.com. I love Adina. Adina Rivers. Look her YouTube channel up. Adina Rivers is a pussy queen. She's like all about the pussy, and she's just this beautiful being. So Adina Rivers, I'll show her a nice close-up. And you will be amazed at this thing. This thing, I don't know what, this came from Asia. You know, the Asian women, they got all kinds of stuff. The Asian women. And supposedly this thing has been around for thousands of years.
Wow.
But when you wet it, because you wet it before you insert. When you wet it, it has like a residue on it. It's like herbs, crystals, all of that. Minerals. And it does several things. One, it rebalances the vaginal flora and fauna. So for people that have any kind of issues going on, any kind of imbalances in the vagina, it can help to balance the vagina again. Next, it's some sort of crystal. It's beyond just a crystal. It's beyond that. Now it is hard. Feel this. Can y'all hear that?
Why don't you just click on it or
Click
something?
it. It's like concrete. It's like a concrete slab.
So if next week it done shrunk in size, you know somebody...
It does shrink.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
How you know he already getting the downloads about it?
Sometimes I be acting like I don't know something, so I don't mess up your excitement. So if you see it come back next week like this thin, somebody's been ODing on it. We need to see.
I wouldn't show it. Oh, it's in the bathroom. Well, you already saw it last week.
Like, Val, is this it right here? Jeez Louise, it looks like a needle.
What happened?
Brown boy, we know that the witch been getting it in.
Hello.
If that shouldn't come the size of a needle.
What? And so it's going to balance the vagina. Then tightens, so rejuvenates and tightens. Then also what it's saying is sloughs off. It's like an exfoliation as well. Like the skin inside of the vagina, let it shed and come out, right? So you have a rejuvenated. And why do you want to do all this with the yoni? Because for women, yoni is the seat of life. That's your flower. That's your right. Foundation.
That's our flower. What are you talking about? That's not your flower. That's you and your partner's flower.
Yes.
He needs to water that and care for it as well.
And plant seeds in the garden.
Did you consult me before doing this to our yoni? Our yoni is sick.
Our yoni.
What happened to it? Bring the cement rod. We gotta go to work on it. Mouth to mouth.
Woo, my goodness. The other thing I love about this is makes your yoni smell lovely, like a flower almost. Now this doesn't have a smell at all. It has no smell at all. Yet it makes the yoni smell really so lovely, like a flower. So that's the Secret series, and I'm going to do a review of it on my YouTube channel. I've got a lot to say about this.
Also, started sending said, Miss Valerie.
Yes.
2 more videos about the yoni, please.
Okay. Put some power.
I want to get one.
Ooh. You want to get a yoni or you want to get... Let's be clear.
She got a yoni.
She has a yoni.
Yeah.
Yes. In this Secret series, as a matter of fact, if you look at the bottom, you see where it says Secret Series, and you get it from mytinysecrets.com. I'll link to it below. This thing, amazing. So I'm going to do a whole YouTube on my channel review on Secret Series.
Mia.
Every woman needs it. Every woman needs it.
How long can you leave it in?
Oh, 90 seconds. Matter of fact, some women left it in for longer. They was like, whoo, that was the one that she left it in. She didn't know how long to leave it in, so she just kind of left it in for a while. And the thing was like, when she took it out, her husband was like,
snapper.
And they say you can do it 10 minutes before you're getting ready to get dizzy, and it's like, and it does have that effect. You actually feel it like, and that she was so tight. I tell you, her husband was trying to get in for 3 days. He was like, you can read their story on the internet. You probably see it in the reviews. He was like 3 days before he could get in there. He was like, Yoni, relax. Yoni, I love you. Yoni, relax. She was like, So, very fascinating.
Get his email.
You want to talk to him about that?
Be like, come on, brother, man.
Oh,
you gotta go through the process. Yeah, you gotta work with it. It's not just
everybody's not a master of things like this, you know. Yeah, it's not just a yoni. It's a beautiful flower. And how does a flower blossom open?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
How did you even get to the garden?
Hello.
Did you just think you were gonna walk up in there and open the flowers up?
No, it don't work that way.
No, not real flowers.
No,
you can open some stuff up, but
not the true
yeah.
goddess. So goddess says, hold your yoni in a place of love. I did a yoni puja, and she talks about doing an hour-long meditation with your wand, a whole hour preparation of really healing, loving your yoni and loving your pussy and being so, one with the yoni. And then insert, and only 90 seconds, and it's just relax. You have to relax the pelvic floor, of course. And then it goes in, and then sometimes you feel a tingle or something like that, so you know something is happening there. But this has been thousands of years that the Asian women have used this, and you know how they be teaching those ancient principles.
Techniques and principles.
And the emperor, if it wasn't tight and right and smelling like a flower, the emperor off with your head. So you know that them women were up in the castle doing all kinds of stuff with their yoni. That's the goddess. That is the goddess. So
all right, we're definitely over time.
Yes.
This might be the time to go.
With that note, we will end with that.
We're going to segue that into
wink,
yoni. So, let me pack up all my stuff before that secret pack get open again. Be like, hold up, I already saw it. But I found... Oh, my tarot birth card. Okay, cool. Fallon Davis found his tarot birth card.
Ooh, you have the 3. I love that. Tania has that same 3 combination. That's very rare. Very rare to have 3 tarot birth cards. Most people have 2. Love y'all. Love you, Fallon. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Love you. See you next
All right,
Sunday.
so we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Next Sunday evening. Sometime next Sunday evening, right?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Actually, guys.
Ring the bell.
We had this question. I'm gonna bring it up without even asking her because that's
Go
what
for
we
it,
do.
man. Yeah.
That's why sometimes I'll be like, "Why are you asking me?" Because I don't be asking stuff. Just do it. So I'm not gonna ask if I should share this or not. We were discussing in discussions of should we just have pop-up Sundays or a set time. Obviously, I like the pop-up Sundays because I'm more like I do something when I want, when I'm feeling it, whatever it feels, and I just feel like that's how I work what I have to do, because if not, I'll just be doing a million things, and I want to do what I'm supposed to be doing. So I know that it feels right. So do you guys? I don't want to say do you rather, because what you say we take into consideration, but we're still gonna do what the Spirit says. So or where it leads us. But do you like us to surprise you with times, or are you guys more of a set time? I thought that
Downshift said. Did you see what Downshift said?
What?
Thank you, Downshift.
What he said?
He said it can be pop-up because it will flow better. And that's exactly what happened today,
Yeah.
Downshift.
Yeah.
Like our prep flowed. Normally our prep is, I'm going to say how I feel. I'd be feeling scattered sometime. Like, oh, let's go get some tea, or let's do this, or we have like 50 million things going on usually. And we're always trying to get it by a certain time. And that introduces element of stress. And then when we sit down, it's like, phew, okay, let's do the show. Today was complete flow. Complete flow.
All right. Yeah. And I don't know. I didn't even remember the topic or anything. So I just came. I wasn't reading a book. I wasn't.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm like,
serve. That's it.
natural flow.
Natural flow.
All right, let's see. The reason I had this question was because the energy that I feel from our people, and where is Life on the Move lot?
Yeah, Life on the Move lot. Where's Life on the Move
Life
lot?
on the Move lot. I'm missing.
We
Love you. May also.
May.
But we'll see you guys. So the reason I was thinking I had a back and forth with it was, and this is probably my human side speaking, because I felt that when we did the last show, when we had the first series or whatever you want to call it, people were actually waiting for it. Like I felt like people were like, all right, it's 11 o'clock. We're gonna be on it. They're gonna be on at 11, and I liked it because I felt that maybe people needed it. So you guys tell me, but it's not a big deal as far as recording wise because you can play it whenever you want. But for me, I like the interaction better, and I like to help who's on. But the pop-up for me feels better because whoever's supposed to be on is gonna be on, and everybody else you can catch it later. So I think that's where I'm at.
And subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified. You get the notifications whenever we go live.
Yeah. And even if you press the notification, if Spirit don't want you here, you just
won't
not
get the
gonna
notification
get it.
then.
Yeah. You'll be in the bathroom.
Spirit's
for some
in
reason.
charge. God's in charge.
So,
God is in charge.
all right. Well, we love you guys, and we'll let you go.
Witch and the Wizard is out.
Peace.
Witch and the Wizard. Love you, peeps.